The moment Emma lowered herself onto Titan's broad, unmoving back, the entire barn seemed to shift around, hurl like the air thickened, like the old wooden beams were suddenly holding their breath. She could hear her pulse hammering in her ears, a fierce, frantic rhythm that did not match the slow, heavy breathing of the bull beneath her. Titan didn't flinch, didn't growl, didn't even twitch, except for the slow rise and fall of his ribs under her palms. She wasn't sure if the calmness helped her or terrified her more. Cole stayed several steps behind, close enough to intervene, but far enough not to spook the injured animal. That was the first thing he'd taught her about Titan months ago. Proximity meant everything. Yet a line of tolerance crossed it, and you risked your life. But today, Titan didn't seem to have that line. Pain had erased it, replacing it with something tired, something vulnerable. That alone unsettled her more than any threat would have. "Talk to him," Cole murmured, his voice low, steady. "Doesn't matter what you say. Just keep that calm tone he likes." "What calm tone?" Emma whispered back, her voice tight with nerves. "I barely have a calm heartbeat." "Good thing Titan ain't listening to your heartbeat," Cole said with a faint grin. She shot him a look she hoped conveyed every ounce of her panic. But he only dipped his chin, urging her forward. She swallowed hard and placed her hand softly on Titan's neck, feeling the coarse hair and the immense heat radiating from his body. "Hey, big guy," she said quietly, letting her voice soften despite her racing heart. "We're gonna help you. Just stay with me, all right?" Titan exhaled a long, deep breath, one that vibrated through her legs, not aggressive, not warning, almost relieved. Emma's fingers curled gently against his hide. Cole stepped closer, kneeling beside Titan's flank to inspect the wound. The deep gash along Titan's side looked worse, up close, angry, swollen, and still damp with blood. Emma felt her stomach lurch, but she kept her eyes on Titan's ears, watching for any sign of tension. They flicked once, then settled. "Looks like he caught himself on barbed wire during the night," Cole muttered, half to her, half to himself. "Probably when the storm spooked the herd." "Damn fence needs fixing again," Emma swallowed, trying to focus on the bull's steady breathing rather than the sight of the injury. "Is it really bad?" "It's bad enough," Cole admitted, wiping his brow with the back of his hand. "Doc Watkins'll need to stitch it, but Titan won't let him near unless he's calm." And today, he gave a humorless chuckle. "He only trusts one person." Emma blinked. "But why me?" Cole hesitated just for a moment. "Because you're gentle but stubborn. That combination's rare. Animals feel it." Her cheeks warmed at the unexpected compliment, but she kept her focus on Titan, smoothing her palm along the thick ridge of muscle behind his neck. She felt him relax just a fraction, enough to make her breath ease. Cole noticed. "That's it. You're doing real good." "Feels like I'm sitting on a mountain," she whispered. "You are," he said. "A dangerous one, but he's letting you." Those words tugged something in her chest, a strange blend of pride and fear. She'd been around the ranch for months now, learning the work, helping wherever she could. But she'd always kept her distance from Titan. He wasn't like the other animals. He carried a presence of force that made even hardened ranch hands respect him from afar. The idea that he trusted her enough to lie still beneath her weight felt surreal. Cole moved around Titan carefully, checking the swollen leg. Titan didn't react. His focus stayed on Emma, his massive head shifting just slightly to keep her in his line of sight. She spoke again, softer this time. "You're doing great, Titan. Just breathe. I'm right here." Cole paused, glancing up at her with something unreadable in his eyes. Surprise, maybe, or admiration. Whatever it was, he quickly looked away and continued his examination. "He's settled," Cole said finally. "More than I expected. Got away with him." She let out a shaky laugh. "Please don't tell the other ranch hands. I'll never hear the end of it." "Oh, I won't tell him," he said, straightening up. "They wouldn't believe me anyway." Titan huffed, shifting slightly beneath Emma, and she instinctively braced herself, hands pressing gently against his hide to keep her balance. Cole's hand shot out, ready to steady her, but she didn't need it. Titan settled again, calmer now than he'd been in hours. "You all right?" Cole asked. "Not really," she admitted. "But I think he is." Cole nodded, wiping his hands on a cloth. That's what matters. The barn door creaked behind them as a gust of wind blew through, swirling dust across the floor. Sunlight shifted, sliding across Titan's horns, making them glow faintly like polished bone. The quiet in the barn felt deeper, now still tense, but with a different kind of weight. A hopeful one. Emma adjusted her position carefully, mindful of Titan's injury. Her thighs were starting to ache from holding her balance, but she didn't dare move too much. Titan trusted her. That was the only thing keeping him calm enough to let Cole work. Cole stepped back, studying Titan thoughtfully. We'll need to wait for Doc Watkins. Shouldn't be long before he gets here. And until then? She asked. Until then, Cole said with a small smile. You sit there and keep being the miracle worker you apparently are, Cole. No, really, he said, leaning against a post. I ain't seen Titan this peaceful since he was a calf. Emma blinked in surprise. Titan was peaceful as a calf. For about 5 minutes, Cole laughed. She laughed too softly, and Titan's ears flicked at the sound. The bull rumbled gently, almost content, and Emma's fear eased another degree. A tiny spark of something warm and unexpected grew in its place. Cole watched her, his expression shifting from amusement to something gentler. You know, most folks never even get this close to him, let alone sit on him. Is that supposed to make me feel special or terrified? Little of both, he admitted. She looked down at the massive creature beneath her, at the rise and fall of his breath, the warmth of his hide, the sheer trust he was giving her despite his pain. She'd always known Titan was strong, powerful, unpredictable, but she'd never realized he could also be gentle. Cole, she said quietly, what if he moves when the doctor gets here? He won't, Cole said. Not with you here. You're his calm. The barn seemed to settle around them again, the golden beams of light shifting as the afternoon sun angled lower. Dust motes floated lazily through the air, illuminated like drifting stars. Titan's breathing remained steady. Emma's heartbeat finally slowed to match. Minutes passed long, quiet, strangely peaceful minutes. Cole stayed nearby, arms folded. Occasionally glancing at her with that quiet, thoughtful look he rarely let anyone see. You did good today, he said finally. I'm still sitting on a 1,000-pound bull, she said. And doing it better than anyone else could, he replied. Emma didn't know what to say to that. Her throat tightened slightly, but she kept her focus on Titan, running her hand along his neck, feeling the subtle shifts of muscle beneath her. Outside, the wind howled softly, rattling the loose boards. Inside, the barn remained calm, as if the moment were suspended in time. Just a girl, a wounded bull, and a rancher who looked at her with something deeper than simple gratitude. She didn't know what all of this meant yet, but she knew one thing. Titan trusted her, Cole trusted her, and for the first time since she'd arrived on the ranch, she realized she trusted herself too.